Humans go to jinn for help every day. A human being is a vicious creation. If they are envious of another, they'll do anything to destroy their life. The jinn are in disbelief in the Quran. They're like, we cannot believe that the humans come to us for help. Did they not forget that there was a time our leader was great and he got kicked out because he didn't do sujood? And they think that we've recovered? And now they come and call us for help? Yes, we'll damage who they want us to damage, and we'll damage the life of the asker as well. Why should I look after the one who's asking me to damage that marriage? I'll damage the marriage and I'll damage his life as well. What goes around comes around. Correct? There are people in the Muslim community today who actually go to the world of the jinn. Do you know that or no? They see a couple who are happily married. How many of you have seen a couple happily married? No problem. All of a sudden that girl, you look at her, her color's changed, doesn't want to eat, becomes rude in her language, and the people turn around and say it's all her fault, all her fault. Wait. The Quran says, أَنَّهُ كَانَ رِجَالٌ مِّنَ الْإِنسِ يَعُوذُونَ. Do you know what يَعُوذُونَ means? What do we say? أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Correct or no? يَعُوذُونَ means there were people of the humans who used to seek refuge. When all else fails, where do you go? Instead of going to Allah, they go to the jinn. Instead of going to Allah, they go to the people of black magic. Correct or no? Many of you would have heard my majlis on black magic a couple of years ago. Many people, when they see someone's marriage is happy, they use the jinn and they want the jinn to help them. The jinn may help them, but the jinn will also destroy them. Yes? The jinn says they used to come to us thinking we're going to help. Okay, we'll help, but we'll destroy your life as well. Because when a person wishes harm on someone, that harm will come back to harm them as well. Sometimes you'll see people, they see people happily married. When they see them happily married, instead of them wishing them well, saying, MashaAllah, what a lovely couple, may Allah increase their happiness. No, they turn and say, why are those two always happy? Why are those two always on holiday? Why is she smiling? Why is she always looking good? So what do? They actually go to people who invoke the world of the jinn. When Surah Al-Jinn was revealed, the jinn say to each other, we can't believe these humans. They're so powerful, yet they come asking us for help. And they think that we're going to be helpful. Hey, there'll be a day we'll destroy them and we'll destroy who they ask for help. You therefore find some because of marriage, others because you bought a new house. People look at your house, MashaAllah, they look at the house, looks amazing. So what do? Let's try and hurt these people. They'll go to witch doctors, and that's why when they go to these witch doctors, they'll actually say to them, I beg you, I want that person's life hurt. That witch doctor will turn around, what do they say? They'll say, yes, I'll invoke the spirits. They don't say the jinn. I'll invoke the spirits and the spirits will help you. And mind you, there are humans in the world today, magicians. How many of you have seen a magician perform an act you're in disbelief when you see? Correct or no? And I'm not talking about a magician you invite to a birthday party, yes? Even though inviting magicians to birthday party and these things are all haram, by the way. I don't want anyone telling me their children invited a magician. Magic and sorcery is an act which is punishable by death in Islam. In an Islamic state is punishable by death. But there are people, you see magicians, not the ones you invite to the birthday party. Have you seen those magicians who can walk on water? And you're looking at them and you're like, hold on. That's not an illusion. I just saw the guy walk across the Thames River, yes? Or you see someone, he's in one part of the world, all of a sudden he's in another. When the Quran tells you, I'll bring you the Queen of Sheba's throne before you get up, the Quran was telling you that there'll be a day when there are people, with the help of a jinn who's their friend, they'll also be able to do that. When you see these powerful magicians on the television, what do you think? You think that person does this all himself? No! That person will invoke one of the jinn. Once there's a friendship between the two of them, then it's over. And once there's a friendship, then they're able to make sure they destroy the life of that person who's had that nice house, or the person with the great marriage, or the person who's bought a nice car. And that's why we should always be careful. We don't open our mouth to everyone about our life. Correct or no? Not everyone who's around you wishes you well. There are some people around you, their energy is so negative. Correct? Therefore you found the Quran mentioned that while no one believed in Rasulullah, there is a potential for the jinn to believe. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah 51 verse 56, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا, I have not created the jinn or the human except to worship me. Which means what? Which means the jinn or the human being can reach the highest levels of ibadah. The jinn or the human being can reach lower than the animal. The jinn or the human being can follow the life of Rasulullah, the path of Rasulullah. Because when Allah says, I haven't created the jinn or the ins except to worship me, what is worship? Worship is the development of the discipline of the soul of the human being. Correct or no? The humility grows and the honor grows and the dignity grows. It means that when Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, it also means that يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ is a day for the jinn and the ins. Correct? The jinn have a day of judgment. The ins have a day of judgment. The jinn have to answer for everything, and the ins have to answer for everything. And that's why all of us have to be aware that while the jinn can reach the highest level of ibadah, the jinn can also be the lowest. And that's why when a person asks, how do I alleviate the effect of jinn in my life? Yes? If I feel that a jinn has affected my sister, a jinn has affected my brother, can the jinn actually possess? One school of ulama said no. They said a jinn cannot possess, meaning a jinn cannot enter the body of the human being. But the incessant whispering can affect the human being. What do I mean? قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَلِكٍ إِلَهٍ مِنْ شَرِّ الْوَسْوَاسِ الَّذِي. When it whispers too much, you actually become the voice. If shaitan whispers so much, you become the voice. It's no more your voice, it's the voice of the whisperer. And how many times in a film do you see the change of voice take place? Correct or no? Someone says that the whispering of shaitan gets so incessant that you actually become the voice. Other ulama turn this around and say, no, there's a possibility the jinn can possess. Why? They say when a person is in a state of impurity and does not look after the laws of najasa, do not become surprised if the world of the jinn may even inhabit and affect them. What do we mean? You see, when Allah says look after your tahara, why? Why does Allah say look after your purity? Because the body has an effect on the soul, and the soul has an effect on the body. When you go to the bathroom, think of your tahara. When you, for example, are about to perform ghusl, think of your tahara. Do you know how many of the followers of Ahlul Bayt do not know when ghusl is allowed and when it's wajib and when it's makruh? There are some people who come to the nikah for their wedding. You ask him, are you ready for ghusl? He says, what's that? Yes, there are many. You ask them about the laws of ghusl, they don't know. The laws of alcohol, they don't know. There are some. You tell them, when you go to the bathroom, do you wash yourself? No. What do you mean you don't wash yourself? Oh, I just do it when I get home. Habibi, do it there and then. Purify. A Muslim, the hadith says, an-nadafatu min al-iman. Cleanliness is a part of faith. A Muslim is clean in every aspect of their life. The moment you allow najasa onto your body, you keep yourself in states of najasa without caring. There are some people who cohabit with their partners. They won't perform ghusl for a while. That person's soul is affected by the body's impurity. Some of the ulama say, if your house is a house with impurity, do not be surprised if the jinn take over that particular house. A person has to look at their house, look at the cleanliness of their children, look at the way their children come out of the bathroom, look at the laws of tahara and najasa. Otherwise you leave your children prone. That's number one. Number two, what is another way to alleviate the jinn? Recite Surah Al-Jinn. Sometimes Muslims give you the most unbelievable long-winded explanations. Allah has given the answer in the Quran. Sixth Imam says what? He says if a person recites Surah Al-Jinn every day, no black magic and no evil eye can ever affect them. But we the Muslims, instead of using the Quran, we reject the Quran. Correct or no? Here you find the Imam says, you want to alleviate jinn? Then be of those who make sure that you do what? Recite Surah Al-Jinn. And I tell you, Surah Al-Jinn, you can finish it in 1 minute. It's so easy to read. You know the last surahs of the Quran are much shorter. Correct or no? Read Surah Al-Jinn in the morning. Get an app on your iPhone. Read it from the app instead of these stupid apps that we have on our phone. Get a good app. Read this app. There are Muslims who play more poker and gambling games on their iPhone than they read Quran.